Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to a brand new episode of VR Unplugged, and this time from within 180. Yes, if you want to, you can look around with your phone, or even better, you can dive into this video with a VR headset. Welcome to the future. So in this Q&A, I'm going to, of course, answer a lot of questions. And besides that, I will be checking out a lot of worlds in Rec Room. So enjoy. Now it's time to get started with the very first question. Let's go. So the first question comes from Steven, and he's asking, if you could only pick one VR headset, what would it be? Well, it's quite simple. I'm on the road a lot, so the Quest is my best VR headset to take with me because it's an all-in-one HMD, so I can plug it into a computer or I can just use it standalone. So when I'm, traveling, this is a small headset that just fits into my suitcase and goes everywhere where I go. So makes sense. Next phase wants to know, what AAA game would you like to see a VR mod of? Well, that one is obvious. I would of course like to see BioShock Infinite in VR, and I'm totally not biased in that sense. It's the best game ever. Just saying, it's awesome. If you haven't checked it out yet, go for it. Seriously, it's beautiful. It's amazing. It's stunning. It's everything. It's fantastic. How do you feel about the future of VR? First of all, praise the sun. Had to do it. And second of all, yes, I totally do. VR has its ups and downs, but I do believe we are getting closer and closer to the tipping point of VR going mainstream, right? Yes, the excitement is real. Praise the sun! Woo! What do you do outside of VR? What I like to do the most is hop onto my electric bike, put a pair of headphones on, listen to some good music while cruising through my town. It's great, it resets the mind and it's freeing. It's just fun to do. Yeah, so that's what I spend most of my time on outside of my, let's say, VR preaching job. What was your first VR headset? The first one I got was the Oculus Rift DK1, and this was not a consumer headset. This was a headset made for developers to create content with and to start this awesome VR ecosystem that we have right now. What do you think the biggest downside is of the Oculus Quest? I would say its head strap. The Quest itself is front heavy, and I feel like the strap that they give you is just not good enough to keep it in balance, and that's why you see so many people modding their Quest with all kinds of different straps. So I would say that is the biggest downside. It can be solved, but when you buy it, that's something you do need to solve first with a couple of bucks. Yeah. So how did you come across VR? Well, one of my school friends introduced me to the Kickstarter of the DK1, and that's how I kind of got sucked into the metaverse. So that's the short version of the story. YDN is asking how old I am. I'm 24, and he also wants to know like when I got serious with VR. I think that's about 4 or 5 years ago now. So yeah, it's been a while. I'm getting old, basically, right? So maybe I should just wait a second. I'm in Nuketown. Bye! Ah! Do you have any tips for people who want to start their very own VR YouTube channels? And yeah, totally. If you start off, then make sure you create content that you think is awesome, that you think is interesting. And as long as you do that, the audience will come by itself. If people see that you are having fun, then they might subscribe and join you along the way. And the more subscribers you have, the more feedback you get on what you should play next or what you should share next. And from there, it can only get better and better. So yeah, that's all I can give you in terms of tips. I hope it's useful. How was your first VR experience? Well, the first time I got to jump into VR was with the Oculus Rift DK1. I downloaded this demo that pretty much showcased the sense of scale you could have with VR. And I spawned at a cross section and there were these two ginormous robots walking through the streets, and it was terrifying and amazing at the same time. Michael is asking, are wireless headsets less powerful than ones you hook up to a PC? And as of right now, the answer is yes, they are less powerful. If we talk about standalone HMDs, then they are still limited by their chipsets, but they become better, they get faster, and I'm sure that along the way we are going to see the standalone platform overtake the PC one. Standalone has a bigger chance of, getting more and more people on board, so we are going to see more money going towards, faster chipsets, etc. So yeah, that's it. This one comes from Fusion, and he's asking, are you excited for Boneworks, and do you know when it comes out? Well, as you may know, I tried Boneworks not that long ago at the office of Stress Level Zero in Los Angeles, and I can tell you, it's such an amazing experience. The physics in this game are crazy. They are so satisfying and super solid in a way I had never seen before. So yeah, I am looking forward to this title, and I have no idea when it comes out. You will find out soon enough. Stay tuned. Yes. Pew! 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 Oh, whoops. So what advice do you have for kids whose parents are saying, hey, that Oculus Quest you want, it's too expensive, it's not gonna happen? It's a hard one, because on one side I do understand why they are saying that. On the other side, they might think that the tech you are looking into is just like a mobile phone or another console or whatever. Well, this is a different story, because VR is more than just, hey, video games or experiences. There's a lot of educational stuff too that you can make use of. So you could mention that to your parents. And what you could also do is tell them, like, hey, what if I do certain tasks, or what if I get good grades, or just put a goal and then say, like, hey, if I reach that goal, can I then maybe get the quest or get half of the money, and then I will pay the rest. Things like that. I do think there are options in that case, and I was the same back in the days when I was a kid. I also had to make a compromise with my parents to get what I wanted. So there you have it. That's all I can give you in terms of tips and tricks. Are Arizona Sunshine and No Man's Sky coming to the Quest? Yes, Arizona Sunshine will be launching on the Quest very, very soon, and No Man's Sky will be playable through the Oculus Link software. So you can grab a cable, plug it into your Quest, to your computer, and then enjoy it that way. But do keep in mind that you need a VR-ready computer. So yes, you will be able to play those two, and it's going to be so much fun, right? Perfect GPU for gaming that is not over the top. That's a good one. I would say a 1060, 1070, or a 1080. Then you are VR ready and you can play most of the games out there. Yes. What is your favorite game on PlayStation VR? The answer is pretty obvious. It's Astrobot Rescue Mission, one of the best platformers I ever played in virtual reality. It's so much fun and it's extremely cute. Why are you using the Oculus Quest so much? The main reason is because this standalone VR headset gets the best releases at this very moment, and most of them are exclusives, so it's not like I can pick a different headset and dive in. That's not an option, because the Quest is the only standalone headset out there that is available for consumers. So that's why you see me spending so much time with the Quest. Phantom wants to know, what is the best way to get into VR as a newcomer, especially if you don't have that much to spend? I have a couple of tips. You could start off with a cardboard. It's like $10, and then you can slide your phone in there and watch movies and play video games, it gives you at least a glimpse of what VR is like. If you have more, let's say around $100, you could buy a Samsung Gear VR, and that's the same deal, but it's made out of plastic and will last way longer, and it looks nicer too, trust me. So those are two of the cheapest options you can go for. If you have, let's say, more on your bank account, you could potentially upgrade your PlayStation with a PSVR headset, or if you have a Nintendo Switch, you could buy a Nintendo Labo VR kit that allows you to build your own VR headset. So there are definitely options to go cheap, but it will always cost a little bit of money to experience VR. And there you have it. That was my Q&A in Rec Room in 180. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then be sure to give this a big thumbs up. Let me know you care. And if you want to see more videos in 180, then let me know in the comments below. So hopefully I will be doing more episodes of VR Unplugged because I love to answer your questions. It's great. It's a nice way of, you know, interacting with each other. So we'll see. Time will tell. But for now, I'm going to end this video. Thanks for watching. And now it's time for me to sign off. And as I always say, and I see you all next time. See you in the metaverse. Bye bye. See ya later.